Lantern on the Mountain. A bedtime story about Nam, patience, wisdom, and choosing peace over conflict. The night was quiet. A cool breeze drifted through the pine trees that covered the mountains outside a small village. Most people had already gone to sleep. The lights in their homes had faded one by one until only the moon remained awake. But on the highest hill above the village, a small lantern still glowed. The lantern belonged to Nam. Every evening after finishing his work, Nam would climb the hill carrying the same old lantern. He would sit beneath a large tree, look at the stars, and think about life. Many villagers wondered why he did it. One evening, a young boy named Min followed him up the hill. "Nam," the boy asked, "why do you come here every night?" Nam smiled. "Because the higher you go, the quieter the world becomes. And when the world becomes quiet, you can finally hear yourself." Min didn't fully understand, but he sat beside Nam. For a while neither of them spoke. Then Min suddenly asked, "Nam, why do some people try to hurt others even when they've done nothing wrong?" Nam looked at the lantern flame dancing gently in the wind. "Let me tell you a story. Many years ago there were two travelers climbing a mountain. The first traveler spent his time throwing stones at everyone he met. He criticized people. He argued with strangers. He mocked those who walked slower than him. Whenever he saw someone happy, he tried to make them unhappy too." The second traveler walked quietly. He greeted people kindly. He helped those who stumbled. He focused on his own path. As the years passed, the first traveler became exhausted. Every stone he threw took energy. Every argument drained his strength. Every grudge became another weight in his backpack. The second traveler, however, kept walking. He carried no stones, no grudges, no unnecessary battles. So while the first traveler was busy fighting everyone around him, the second traveler slowly reached the summit. And when he finally arrived, he discovered something important. The mountain had never been a competition. The goal was never to defeat others. The goal was simply to keep climbing. Min thought about this. "So the second traveler won?" Nam shook his head. "No." "He didn't win against anyone. He won against himself." The boy sat silently. The moonlight reflected in his eyes. After a moment he asked, "What happened to the first traveler?" Nam smiled softly. "He spent so much time fighting others that he never reached the top." The wind became gentler. The lantern continued to glow. Min looked at the tiny flame. "Is life really like that lantern?" Nam nodded. "Yes. If you protect your flame, it can light your path for years. But if you spend your life trying to burn others, your own flame will disappear first." The boy looked down at the sleeping village. He could see hundreds of rooftops below. Some people were rich, some were poor, some were loved. Some felt lonely, yet from the mountain, they all looked the same. Tiny lights in the darkness. Nam said quietly, "One day you'll learn something important. Most battles are not worth fighting. Most arguments are not worth winning.
Exactly.
And most people who try to pull you down are simply lost themselves." Min asked, "Then what should we do when we meet difficult people?" Nam looked toward the horizon. The first light of dawn was beginning to appear. Walk your path. Improve yourself. Stay calm. Be kind, but keep your distance when necessary. And remember that your future is built by what you create, not by what you argue about." The two sat in silence. The stars slowly faded. Birds began singing in the trees. A new day was arriving. Nam stood up and picked up his lantern. The flame was smaller now, but it still burned steadily. As they walked back toward the village, Min realized something. The lantern was not just a lantern. It was a symbol, a reminder that peace is strength, patience is power. And the brightest life is often lived by those who spend less time fighting darkness and more time creating light. Lesson learned. Not every argument deserves your attention. People who create conflict often carry their own inner struggles. Protect your energy instead of wasting it on negativity. Success and growth are stronger responses than anger. The greatest victory is self-mastery, not defeating others. Life is a journey upward. Focus on climbing, not competing. Core message. Do not spend your life throwing stones. Spend it carrying a lantern. Because in the end, the people who shine the brightest are not those who fought the most battles, but those who never allowed the darkness around them to extinguish the light within them. Good night.